Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela. I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady and welcome back to today's book review. This one is for a modern girl's guide to granny squares, awesome colour combinations and designs for fun and fabulous crochet blocks by Celine, Semaan and Leonie Morgan. Now, I was really lucky. I have been gifted this book by an absolutely gorgeous crazy. So let's get into the book, shall we? Now, this was published, I'm unsure, it's saying republished in 2022. So it was a republish last year, but there is no dates inside as to when it was first published. Now, it was published this time round by searchpress.com. In the UK it's priced at £10.99. Of course, if I can find any links to where you can find this book, I will pop them in the description box down below. Now, if you are outside of the UK and you have got your hands on this book locally or on the internet for your country, please pop the link into the comment section of this video, and then I will place that information into the description box so that everybody else can have a nose. Right, now I've done that little bit, let's get on with cracking this book open and having a look. Now, as you can see, it's a really nice, quite a modern approach to looking in the book. We've got some absolutely beautiful images here of the different blocks, or I should say granny squares, within this compilation. So we'll jump straight into the first page. Look at these pictures. And it explains our contents page. You've got a section about meeting the authors and how to use the book. Then we have the list of granny squares. Then we move on to the projects. And then you have the crochet basics, index and credits at the back. Okay, so it means that we just jump straight in. So here's the welcome page with even more squares. How to use the book. Now, they explain on here that you have an image, you have a chart, and you also have written instructions. And there is a little section here that I'll go into more details with when we get to it. Right, so we move on to our granny squares. As you can see here, there's some really nice ones. I've seen tutorials for something similar to this already on YouTube, and I have this square already done, I believe, in my playlist. But let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to cover that, and you can't read that, so we'll be okay. Right, so the first one up is a picnic time. It's a classic gingham that would be perfect for a picnic blanket. Okay, now the skill level on this is 2 balls, and the hook size is a 3mm, a US C2. Block size is a 15 by 15 centimeter or 6 by 6 inch. You're working with multiple colours at the same time. It's a tapestry crochet. changing colours on the row / around, and it gives you a couple of other pages to look at, which I assume is explaining the techniques a little bit more for you. Then you have the yarn colours that they have used, the stitches they've used, and then this really cool little section down here. I know you can't really see it. It's called Mix and Match, and they give you 2 different squares that you could use with this to make a really cute pattern. We'll have a look at these in a moment. And then they've got another section that says for simple keys, see page 122. So that is for this chart here. It gives you the list of everything. Okay, on to the next square. I'm actually going to scan down and just show you the square page. Right, so hopefully I can get this camera squared away for you. That's a bit better. Right, this next one here is the rainbow popcorn. And again, the other side of the book, oops, sorry for the noise, I now can't see it, lists the yarn colours used, stitches used, and a mix and match of another 2 blocks within the book. Now this one, you're using a 3mm hook again, and the block size is 15 by 15. I've got a feeling that those details will stay the same throughout the book, so that you can then mix and match any of the squares. And next one up is the sugar flower. That's stunning. I do like that one. Now there's a lot of extra words with that one. Okay, then we have got here the 3D heart. This is a school level 2. The next one up is a pastel grid. Oh, that looks like it's got some fun stitches in it. Front post double crochet, that's the only one that's slightly different to the rest. Okay, we've got a beautiful chart coming up on this next one. You ready? Ta-dum! Okay, so this one is, oh, I've lost it, the name's on the other page. The citrus slice. That looks quite fun. I've seen something similar actually used on their fashion runways. On to the next one. This one is called A Bright Summer. It's a granny stitch. Then we have the treble crochet square. Now this book is actually written in English terms, so that is a double crochet square for our Americans and me, to be honest. Okay, this next one is an intarsia triangles, where they're mixing up a solid granny with a granny. Sorry, a solid square with a granny square. Sorry, we'll get it round them, won't we? This next one is a modern floral. That one's quite sweet. Oh, I like this one. This one is called a Scattered Hearts. Looks very similar to something I've just been working on actually. Then we have got a single colour granny square, a 2 colour intarsia square, a colour block treble crochet square. Oh, 60s floral motif. This one is the houndstooth pattern. If you're looking for a square in this and you don't want to buy the book, and check out my playlist that I'm just going to pop up here, because I have a how to do a houndstooth, and it actually comes out in a square as well. That was done over a year ago. Right, then we have what they've lovingly called the peaches and cream. This square uses colour and stitches for a striped effect. They've got a sorbet square, really simple square that shows off fresh, juicy colours. Hoopla, there we go. Oh wow, this one's called the Diamond Days. What are we doing? They're saying try making this square for a challenging project. Ooh. Okay, and next up is a rainbow relief. This one's quite sweet as well. This is called a Sun and Clouds. And yes, you do have white sections of stitch work here to form the clouds, just in case you can't make it out. Then we got jelly and ice cream. Multicoloured targets. That would look so cool in black and white. Oh wow, acid brights flower. Ooh. Ombre cross. And this one is just called warm tones. The next one up is a technicoloured square. Then we have a Brighton rock, a 4-leaf flower, bubble beads, cool tone triangle, dazzling octagon, a pop flower. Wow, that one's bright. We've got a crocheted flower net, loop and twists, and a watermelon slice. The next one up is this one here, which is a rainbow arch, followed by the stripe colour block. And this one here is a cute kitten. And classic patchwork is our next project, I think. Yes, classic patchwork. That's very interesting. Alright, so that's the end of the initial blocks. Okay, so on to the next chapter. Now this is the projects. Are you feeling inspired? Use some of the colourful squares that you've been experimenting with to make these 4 fun projects. So within this book, they're only giving you 4 projects, but if you think about it literally, the basis of each of these 4 projects can be used for anything, okay, for any of the squares, and of course you can chop and change it around as you see fit. And so their first project is the rainbow wall hanging. Again, you could use any of the other squares to do that cute project, although it would look better with the rainbow. Then they have a rainbow chevron blanket. Now that was just using the solid granny square. Again, once you know how to line it all up, you'll be able to use any of the other squares. Mini tones storage box. And those were your projects. I thought it said 4. These are 4 projects. 1. Oh, I missed the cushion. I knew there was one missing. There we go. We've got a citrus sliced cushion. And then the other ones that I just showed you. Right, so now we're up to the back of the book. So this is the crochet basics. Do you need to check how to work a popcorn stitch or know how to join your squares together? All the techniques you need are explained in the following pages. Okay, so here they're talking about your yarn choices, yarn fibres, crochet hooks, what hook sizes, any notion, other things like the notions that you need. Then they move on to starting and finishing your projects. Basic stitches, simple stitch variations, special stitches, colour work, reading patterns and charts. So here they have got all of the symbols labelled out, along with an explanation as to what they are. Then we come over to reading charts, and it explains how to read charts in rows and then how to read them in the round. And then moving on to measuring tension, so it's tension and blocking, and joining and edging. Now they've shown you a method of joining granny squares, so it's needle and thread time. Okay, and then how to attaching and sewing on edges, simple edging, and then the last pages are our index and a little fold over. Whoa, that's a nifty trick I've not seen before. Are you ready? Fold over. Haha, charts and symbols. Now it is slightly perforated, but to be honest I would not do it like that. With this sort of thing I like to pick my page and have it folded as a bookmark, and then when I'm getting confused I can just flick it over and read what the chart section says. I like that. I really like that. Clever idea. Okay, and then the last section is acknowledgements and a section about Search Press. Okay, the world's finest art and craft books, according to them. To be honest, I've got quite a few of their books on this channel already within my book playlist, and I do like some of the things that they've got within some of their books. Now they don't just do crochet, they cover knitting, they cover art, textured crochet, amigurumi, you name it. If it's arty, arts and crafts, these guys cover it. So what I will also do is pop the link for Search Press in the description box down below, which is www.searchpress.com. That will take you through to all of their books and catalogues. Okay, if you are in, I think that's Canada, it's a Search Press. Yeah, no, sorry, America even. www.searchpressusa.com. And they also have a www.searchpress.com.au for our Australians. I will make sure that all of that is written in the description box down below. And you can also follow them on Facebook, X as it's now called, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and I can't think of the other one. But if anything like that, just stick it in your socials, a search for @Search Press, and hopefully it will take you through to their main page. Okay, so that is the Modern Girls Guide to Granny Squares. Now, as I said earlier, this book is priced at £10.99. If you are watching this and you're in the UK, and you're watching this basically within about a week or so of this video being uploaded, which is the, I'm uploading this on the 2nd. I think you're going to get to see it on the 4th of September. Now, if that's the case and you like this book, jump to theworks.co.uk, where you can get this book at the moment for about £6. Okay, so there you go, saving £4. What's that? 2 balls of yarn, maybe 3 at a push, depending on the brand. You could have nearly everything you need for the same price as the book. So with this book, make it to your bookshelf. It has mine. So pop a comment in the comment section down below as to whether you'd buy, borrow, or leave it behind. Right, that is it for me for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all next week. But until then, please remember, stay chilled, stay happy, and keep crafting. Goodbye, everybody.